What's up, heroes? Today I wanted to go over how to play RPGfit. So starting next week, I'm going to start streaming workouts in the mornings for you to follow, and I'm going to do it in our, I was going to say signature, but our story mode version. So there'll be workouts. It's going to be integrated into an interactive story. So I hope you have fun. I've taken a good number of friends through this, and they've really enjoyed it. Saw some really good results. So I'm looking at the wrong camera. So I wanted to get to share this with you, and I hope it helps you on your fitness or health journey. So let's dive into it. I want to talk today about how to play RPGfit. So, I realized I got no background music. Let's get some music going. You know, that's what happens when you just start streaming. All right, so let's get back into it. Three kind of modes to play. There is free to play, which you can either do the Twitch streams. I'll be doing those early in the mornings here in Central Time, America. But I'll also be posting to YouTube, so you can just kind of follow along and play at your own pace. And for that, what I would recommend is really just kind of pick up wherever you stop and keep playing through. So say you get to do 2 days in a row, just keep marching. If you have to take a day off, just pick up from where you were. It's really like at least right now, a very kind of linear, almost railroady track game. But that's intentional. That is to make sure that you don't hurt yourself and that you have a nice balanced program. So you don't end up doing like, I did my Dex Quest on Tuesday, but I missed all the rest of the week, so I keep only doing Dex Quest. Let all that go. Too much info, let's dive into it. So free to play, Twitch, YouTube. I'll also have a link to this, a PDF version of kind of my working game book. So it'll talk about RPGfit, kind of the objective of the game, which is to make working out as fun as playing a video game with your friends. It'll also help you go through some of the stuff I'm going to take you through right now, character creation, how that works, as well as some explanations of like our difficulty levels and breakdowns of the workouts. So let's get back into it. Beyond free to play, I also am building an app version of this. And so it'll take all the stuff that we do in the workouts and I can talk about and put it in app form. I use this. Little brief view of that. For that, I have a limited capacity. I'm still building it. So I do ask if like $20 purchase just to help me support as I grow this. But if that's interesting to you, if you want to try it out and see where we are, I'll mostly be playing from that. So when I stream, I'm going to be using that. Lastly, if you want to go full bore, I do personal health coaching where I get to help you really build a plan and take your health to the next level. So if that sounds interesting to you, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to really talk more about that and help you create a plan specific for you that meets your goals and whatnot. All right, so let's dive into actually how to play. First thing in the app, if you do the app version, then there's the first thing that pops up is how to like basically use the app. And I'm just going to go over that briefly for people, put that video in. So in your phone, this bar at the top will probably be at the bottom, but this is the general way to use it. When you open up the app, it's going to pop up to what's called your feed. This is going to be your latest quests and abilities and objectives. So that'll pop up first thing. When you first join in, you get this card that'll be just this, explaining how to use it. But then you can see we're going to work through all these. You have your tags. This is where you're going to find kind of all the categories. It's almost like the outline of your book. So right now I only have movement, demos, and resources, but you'll see the program or the campaign, the adventure will pop up in here, as well as like a list of all the quests and objectives, workouts, movement, demos, you got it. From here, you can message me directly. And this is one of the best ways to get a hold of me because it's most responsive. I also have groups, so we have a guild chat going where I'll share videos, demos, things that have helped me, and then people can jump in and share their victories. And then lastly, you have your settings. This is where you can update your profile picture and look, I guess, at a couple of account settings. But anyways, you're mostly going to be fear, and probably largely in the tags because it's the easiest way to maneuver through all that. That's done. Let's get into kind of RPG fit. So how to play. We start off first with building a character based on your goals. So that will be thinking about, okay, who and what do I want to achieve? After that, after you built your character, got all set up, thinking about equipment you got and all that, then you're going to just start completing quests and doing these workouts, building up your stats, and you'll see that as you level your character and progress through the story, you'll also start to level up your own health. And then lastly, just enjoy that and keep playing. That's really what it is. So the workouts, actually let's jump to character creation. So the way to think about creating your character. In the app, I have this. Also in the booklet, there is kind of a walkthrough of this journal. And then I also have a video here that'll take you through it, but I'm gonna take you through it now. Basically what I want you to do is you're gonna think about your goals. And I want you to break them up. We're gonna, over the next couple minutes, break them up via our 6 main ability scores. Dexterity, strength, conditioning, constitution, and then also our sort of mental side of our wellness side of wisdom, intelligence, and charisma. Let's dive into it. I guess that's my catchphrase right now. First, let's do a little health assessment. So I want you to think about these 3 things with your fitness. What is your main goals, quest? Is it weight loss? Is it to be able to do more? Is it to be able to keep up with kids? Is it good, just feeling good in your body? Then I want you to ask, what has been your biggest obstacle? Is it time? Is it knowledge, knowing what to do? Do you feel limited by your budget? I can't afford a gym membership, this, all that goes out the window. You don't need any of that stuff. Well, a little bit of equipment can help, especially for a strength character, but we'll get into that. And then how would you measure success? This is really important to me because think about it this way, a mouse runs fast as possible, not just running towards cheese, but also running away from the smell of cat, fear. So we want to know both those things. What is propelling us forward? What are we working towards? But also, what are we trying to get away from? What has been holding us back? And why? You have that deeper connection to both your goal and your fear. You never run out of motivation. And sometimes when we lose motivation, it's because we've lost touch with one or both of those. So having those really present and at the forefront is important. Measuring success. Some good examples I like for this. Yes, we can use things like, I want to lose X amount of pounds. I want to improve the way I look. But other things are great too, like I want to go down a shirt size. I want to go from extra large to a large. Maybe a medium. And a little side note, your goals are your goals. It doesn't matter. You don't need to look like me. You don't need to look like a fitness, whatever you call it. That's what worked for them. That doesn't necessarily work for you. And that's why I love this RPGfit approach, because just like you would create your character in a party of like-minded friends, the characters are going to be so wildly different. And that's, I think, really similar to how our fitness goals work. Like 2 people who may be similar, very different ones. On one of my first campaigns, I had 2 guys that were very similar, but one wanted to bulk up, and so he played a barbarian bunny that swung around a giant mace or a kettlebell. And another one wanted to just tone and be more agile, and so he created a paladin that was very dex heavy. He also liked to rock climb, so he was being more Spider-Man, whereas the other guy wanted to be more Hulk. That's another way to think about it. With your nutrition, how do you feel about your current eating habits? Just give a simple answer. Are they good? Are they bad? Do not know. What has been the most challenging aspect of healthy eating? That could be anything from question. Thanks. Comment about the My voice being soothing. Thank you. So where was I? So what's been the most challenging thing? Is it knowing what to eat? Is it how to cook? Like that's a big one. And like, how do I just meal prep or take the time or plan it out? And the last thing is like sticking to it, like on those days, those times, like how do I maneuver around if I'm like, I don't got any food? What are some quick snacks? If I'm out, if I'm traveling, all I got is options of like McDonald's, what do I do? So helping you overcome all that. Lastly, I think about your recovery. It's kind of the three stools of your fitness. And so with recovery, we sort of start off with sleep. How is your sleep? Quality and quantity. Then do you experience a lot of physical discomfort or pain? Things like this are just chronic tightness. These things are going to actually kind of really eat away at us, and it helps me understand, okay, what are we dealing with, where are we coming from? And then how is these either pains or lack of ability limited you in kind of all the things that you want to do? Once you've sort of run through those, we hop into the next thing. So I'll go back to the health assessment. I'm going to jump ahead to, it didn't pop up. All right. So for your fitness thing, we're going to talk about this. Think about your goal in these three terms. Let's go fitness first. Dexterity, strength, and conditioning. So if you think about your fitness goals that we just went through, which of those categories does it fall into? Dexterity, do you want to be able to move better? Do you want to be graceful? Do you want to have the ability to like easily touch your toes or balance on one foot? Things like that. So a Dex character is going to be very much focusing on like ability to move, balance, and as well as kind of speed and agility. So that's a Dex character. Strength character makes sense. It's going to be all about strength. But can you lift heavy weights? Can you do some hard things? And it's really going to be geared towards those people who want to add muscle. And then lastly, conditioning, constitution. That is going to be a character who's almost a blend of both. So the ability to move around and fight hard and fast, but also pick things heavy up. And most people tend to fall in that conditioning, which if you think about an RPG's constitution, usually you always want to have good constitution. So we'll go with that. But those three categories, dexterity, strength, constitution. Pick a main class, but know that in our challenges, our quests, our workouts, we're going to hit all three. If you're really limited on time, you could specialize. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend hitting all three, but just being aware of kind of where you're heading. And those three actually will play more so into your nutrition, which is down the road. Focus on fitness first. After your fitness abilities, let's think about your three wellness abilities. So wisdom, that is going to be about stress reduction. Your ability to calm things down when things are stressful, see around and see the bigger picture. Intelligence, that's going to be about that need to just learn and grow. It could be everything from learning about a specific thing, like how to do a certain movement, improving your fitness knowledge, but also just like your knowledge in general. And then lastly, and it could be specific skills and habits too. That's kind of another thing I like to sprinkle on. And then charisma is just like make sure you're having fun, you're feeling confident socially. I do have a large background in acting, and so being able to be on stage, speak publicly, and do so with confidence, as well as being able to just speak honestly to your truth and to stand up for yourself, hold boundaries, all that stuff I kind of put into with charisma. So those three speak to you. Pick one of those and just kind of know like that is going to be down the road. All right, enough of that. Let's get into some movement today so I can get some movement before my kid wakes up. We're going to go into our first four kind of things to learn or abilities to learn. The first one is the armor up. This is also how you choose your difficulty. Oh, actually, let me do this. So this is a good breakdown here. For me, I do three difficulties. We have the Explorer, which is going to be for those who are going to be working out seated. This can also be modified to be lying down. So each workout has a version that's going to be done totally seated. 1 foot balance. We might be working with this. We'll also be doing strength, usually with either just body weight or bands. And then lastly, like even conditioning, like this is running. This is a version of running. So Explorer for those who want to be seated. Venture is for those who can do workout standing, be up for more than 5 minutes, but want a little bit extra balance support. So having something sturdy that you can push against, hold on, so we can do things like push-ups on a raised surface. I'll be honest, most people are gonna start in adventure. A lot of people will go straight to heroic or doing things like a push-up on the ground, but most of the time, people aren't really ready for that. It's rare that I see someone that I train who is ready to just immediately start at the bottom. There's some basic sort of like techniques that are gonna make it much better, and it's better to just start off at adventure and work your way down. So, there's that. Equipment. So equipment that you wanna have, all this can be done with body weight pretty much. If you wanna go real inexpensive route, you're gonna wanna get bands. I'll put a link to the stuff that I recommend. Because anything you can't do with body weight, you can do with bands. And it's also great for like if you're traveling and stuff. Bands, I have this 1 loop band. And again, anything I can't do with my body weight, I can do with bands. If you're a Dex character, maybe some light weights would be good. In terms of weights, especially if you're a strength character, you're gonna want at least 2 light to medium weights, as well as 1 heavy weight. That's all you really need. So, I got too many things going. So, we have loop bands if you want to go real simple and cheap. Dumbbells, again, medium, 2 medium, and 1 heavy would be great and all you really need. What is medium, what is heavy? That's really going to be personal opinion. So what I recommend is going to like sporting goods, just start picking up some weights and be like, okay, could I do multiple sets or 10 reps for a good like couple times? That would be a like medium set weight. Heavy weight is going to be something where you can do like 5 reps. All right, cool. Yeah, 5 reps feels good with this. That's kind of how I pick weight and how I'll be recommending it, because everybody's going to be using different weight. What's medium weight to you? It's going to be different medium weight to me. It's going to be different heavy weight compared to someone else. There's your equipment. Question. You're welcome. Yeah, the whole point is to make it feel like a game. Somebody just commented they like the RPG terms. That's the point of it. So we gone through equipment. Weapons. So you'll see training weapons down there at the bottom. This is going to be dependent on what you do and kind of your character style. As you create your character, you're going to do a kind of like writing assignment where you're like, okay, what type of world do I want to learn? Now, our first campaign is going to be fantasy based, but thinking about like, all right, what type of character class would I make? What type of weapon would they carry? I mentioned one guy, he was a barbarian, so he used a kettlebell and he would just crush things with it. Another character that I mentioned earlier, actually, his paladin had 2 light dumbbells, and those were like 2 short swords. The combat style is a combination of my stage combat background as well as martial arts that I've studied, and it's really just a fun way to move your body. I'm not saying this is weapons training like you're for self-defense. It's purely just exercise and have fun. Big thing though, if you're swinging weights, don't throw it into your TV. Yeah, we did almost do that. I was having a good time. weapons. So you have weights you could use and you play a little more imagination, or you could get things like training weapons. This is cold steel. It's hard plastic, so it's like, you know, you can hit yourself. It won't feel good. It'll hurt, and you could definitely damage walls. But it's not sharp. It's not bladed, and it's got good weight to it. So if you want to do something that's a little more closer to like a weapon, this is they have all different styles. Like this is a short katana, got a broadsword, or you can be, one of the things like I built is this sword bell. So this is my weight metal sword that I just kind of swing and play with. And I'll do more videos to show this and explain about it if people are interested. But yeah, it's a different thing. So that's combat and RPGfit. So much talking. I thought we were gonna get to move. It's 7 o'clock. Well, I might have to do it tomorrow since I got all the info out today. But I think that's enough to get you started. Tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the sort of main 4 abilities. Armoring up, that's our warm up. Then we're gonna go into travel. We're gonna finish with combat. So we'll go armor up, how to warm up your body, travel, cardio, how I break that down. We're gonna make it really simple. Combat will be kind of our strength check of the day. Strength / constitution or conditioning. And then finally, we'll finish up with an armor down or our cooldown. So you kind of get it's about a 20-minute workout, but it's just a nice introductory, learn the 4 basic skills, and we'll have fun tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to answer a comment, and then I'm going to go get food cooked for my kid. HEMA. I don't know what that is. Is that like armored combat? Or what do you call it? Not the hurt. Hey, wow, good job on the chat, Glenn. Is that armored combat? Now I gotta look it up. Also, if you do have requests or suggestions, I was like the very beginning of my game dev. And I'm especially here on Twitch. So please give advice. And if you have bad, evil comments, cool, whatever, if that makes you feel better. I'm trying to Google this HEMA thing. So now I'm just messing around. HEMA. Historical European Martial Arts Community Cross. I have heard of this, but I have not joined it. I was a part of, what do you call it? The SAFD, Stage Combat American, or Stage American Fighting. I don't know what it stands for anymore. This looks fun. And I wish there was a club nearby. I've thought about doing armored combat, but since my job is being a trainer and teaching people movement, honestly, I'm just more afraid of the injury. And I'm in my late 30s, so you know, it's like going around whacking each other. Maybe down the road. Anywho, I'm gonna stop us because I need to post this and then go start cooking for my kid. But I know it was a lot of info today. I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna try to split this up and put it up in the app as well as on YouTube. If you have any questions, shoot me a message. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow when we bust up 4 abilities, and I'll catch you on the next adventure.